of all the different kinds of businesses that are available out there, especially all the new ones that are coming around because of AI, why in the world did I decide to get into dropshipping? Let's talk about it. Dropshipping by no means is new. It has been around for quite some time. There are some people out there that even say that dropshipping is extremely saturated and they don't recommend getting involved. Well, I decided to look past the naysayers and I decided to get involved. First of all, of course, doing my research. So everything kind of progressed naturally from 2022. At the beginning of 2022, my business partner and I, we decided to go into real estate wholesaling, and that was a trip which I'll create a separate video about. But over time, over the past couple months, we decided to get more involved in the e-commerce space. First, getting more familiar with affiliate marketing. Then we decided to get into dropshipping because of the huge potential that we saw. Now, if you don't know what dropshipping is, dropshipping, you can think about it simply as a dropshipper, you are a marketer basically. You use your marketing skills to generate sales of a product which you create a listing for, whether it be on Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, whatever. You generate a bunch of marketing, you generate traffic with the intention of generating sales of a product. But you yourself don't actually have any of the products in your inventory. For example, you don't have anything in your garage, you don't have a warehouse where you store a bunch of stuff. Instead, the supplier has the inventory. The supplier can be anywhere. This is why a lot of people who get involved into dropshipping, they love it because they really just need their laptop and an internet connection and everything gets taken care of. Once you use your marketing skills to generate traffic, to generate sales, and someone buys from you, then that information from the customer gets sent over to the supplier. They take care of the prepping and packaging of the product, and then they ship it out to the customer on your behalf. Again, this is why a lot of people love dropshipping, because they themselves don't have to own any of the products. They just have to be really good at marketing. And coming from a marketing background, if you know me, I've been involved in social media, direct response marketing, all these different things for quite some time now. I saw the opportunity of dropshipping. I saw the scalability potential. And of course, I even saw that a lot of my past skills and the past experiences that I've had, I can bring it over to the dropshipping space and really leverage that stuff so I don't have to start fresh new. I could just start up and get things running fairly quickly. Let's talk about some of the specifics about dropshipping that made it so attractive to me and my business partner. The first one being, of course, is the low startup cost, what I call low barrier of entry. Now, this is one of the reasons why a lot of people say dropshipping is extremely saturated, specifically because of the low barrier of entry. This means that since the barrier of entry is so low, people flood to it because they see the great potential in starting something up, starting a business without having to put a lot of upfront capital into the project. Now, this is kind of a misconception because if you really want to scale and grow the business of dropshipping, already within 1 week of experience that I have in dropshipping, I'm already seeing that you do need some money. Before getting into my experience as a dropshipper, to kind of get back into the low startup costs, people can get started in dropshipping with very little money, a lot less than what people can get into with things like Amazon FBA, or even something where you have to buy a bunch of products from China, ship them over here, and then resell them on Facebook Marketplace, or even just from garage sales. Whatever it is, dropshipping is typically the one with the lowest barrier of entry. But again, because of that, people say it's a lot more saturated because it attracts a lot of people. Now, this is kind of a double-edged sword. The reason being, again, huge pro that it's low cost, but at the same time, because of the low cost, there is a cost to it, and that is skill. It does require a lot of time to become knowledgeable in all these different things. I actually made a TikTok about this where if you have direct response marketing skills, it actually benefits you as a dropshipper. So you kind of have to know, and you have to learn if you don't know it already, all these different things like sales funnels, email marketing, copywriting, all these different things lead to the success of a dropshipping store. And this is one of the things that a lot of people don't really see and oftentimes forget. And again, only because it is low cost doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. It does require a lot of skill and requires a lot of experience to actually build a great Shopify store, and of course scale it from 1 to 2 to maybe even 3 or 4 even more stores which generate money. And I will say one of the things that gets a lot of people hyped up about dropshipping is they see the big numbers that a lot of these dropshipping gurus on social media talk about. They say that they had a 100K day, they had a 100K month, or even a 500K month. That is just revenue. Don't see it as that's what the money that they're making. Typically, on average, dropshippers make around 10% margin off of the revenue. So for example, if someone says that they generated 100K in sales in a month using their dropshipping store, that typically means that they made about 10K that month, which is still a crazy number, which is still great, but don't believe that hype. You kind of have to get into it a little bit more to kind of have a better understanding of what is going on behind those smoke and mirrors. One of the other things that really attracted me to dropshipping was the whole idea of flexibility. And when we talk about flexibility, there's really two things that we need to talk about. The first one being, of course, our time, and the second one being the business itself. Now, when we talk about our time, this personally is something that I've been kind of striving for almost every single year in my entrepreneurship journey. It's something that I really love, the whole idea of the laptop lifestyle, where all I need is a laptop, an internet connection, and I am able to build, grow, and of course scale my business. The reason why I want to do this is because I love traveling. I love having the freedom to do whatever I want throughout the day. I've seen people where they have a physical kind of business where they have to manage employees, they have to manage inventory, and it becomes a headache. Their way of life changes dramatically and things just change, not necessarily for the better, but it's a short-term sacrifice that they're willing to play for the long game. Me personally, I'd much rather build something where I can have a sustainable life in traveling, time freedom, and starting now. And of course, dropshipping is not necessarily the end-all be-all. There's different things that I plan on doing in the future, but of course, dropshipping is one of the avenues that I can see now that can take me to the place that I want to go to have that laptop lifestyle and of course the time freedom that I am desiring. And when it comes to the second aspect of flexibility, when I'm talking about the business itself, dropshipping is a branch of e-commerce that really is more like an umbrella because there are many different things that you can do within dropshipping to have flexibility. And you don't necessarily have to do one product. There are many different products that you can do dropshipping with. You can find them, you can find a bunch of them on CJ Dropshipping, even Zendrop, and one of the more popular ones out there, AliExpress. But at the same time, this does not mean that you should be doing all these different products because there is a thing called seasonal and evergreen products. At least that's what I call them. Seasonal being that they really only work within a certain time frame. A great example is holidays like Christmas and Valentine's Day, and evergreen being that they work year round. A great example being some pet products, because no matter what time of the year, people will love buying stuff for their pets. So this is one of the things that I find really attractive because then we can test a bunch of different products, see what works, have a schedule for the entire year so that way it becomes cyclical. Once this product becomes popular, we put it up, sell a bunch, make some money. Then when it's past its season, we take it down and put up a different product. While at the same time, on the other side, we have a bunch of evergreen products, which are consistently making us some money year round. Now, of course, like I mentioned in one of my TikTok videos, and if you're not following me on TikTok, you can see it right here. But the whole idea is that for me personally, and for Ed, dropshipping is more like a starting point for us more than an end point. We are not going to end at dropshipping. This is just the start that is going to be taking us to different avenues and different streets. One of the best examples I can give you is that by testing a bunch of different products, once we find something that it becomes a staple of our roster, we can private label it, build a brand around it, build a community around it, so that way we can grow loyal customers around that specific brand. Typically, you don't really see that around dropshipping. You kind of just want to pump a bunch of marketing and traffic to a product and then get rid of it once the season ends. But like I said, because dropshipping is more like a starting point business model more than an end point, it has a bunch of flexibility that really can help you as an entrepreneur if you are in the beginning stages of your journey or if you're in the later stages of your journey and you plan on doing a lot more than just having a one single Shopify store. Now, I want to say again, I've said it before in one of my TikTok videos, but I am by no means an expert in dropshipping. I am very much a student and I am learning along the way as I am doing this. The only reason why I feel comfortable and confident in talking about dropshipping is again because I have a lot of experience in the past with direct response marketing, social media, and online marketing in general, and because I feel comfortable and confident in knowing enough about dropshipping to talk on the subject. Now, all I have to do really is put in the work and talk about the results as I get them. And this is something that I plan on doing. I'm already about a week and a half in my dropshipping journey. We already have our first store set up and we already got our first sale, which we're extremely happy about. And we're going to be talking about that in different videos, different TikToks, both on my channel and of course on Ed's channel as well. We even have a Discord that we're creating for a community that we want to build. We are not gurus. We do not have a course that we want to sell. The purpose of the Discord is because we are students and we want to connect with other students. I actually saw a TikTok video today talking about Napoleon Hill's concept in Think and Grow Rich, where if you really want to get further along in life and success in business, you really have to associate yourself with other people who are on the same journey as you are. The whole idea that if I make a mistake, I can share that mistake and what I learned from it with other people. At the same time, other people can make that mistake or other mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and then share that information with me. And as we help each other out, we grow a lot faster than if we were doing it solo. That's the purpose of Discord, and that's why we would love to connect with you if you are in dropshipping, e-commerce, or whatever. We would love to connect if you are involved in business, especially if you are putting into practice and not just stuck in the cyclical pattern of analysis paralysis. purchase. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm going to be making another video soon talking about my dropshipping journey so far, the results we've gotten on our first store, and of course talking about our very first sale. Stick around, subscribe. Thanks so much. Take care.